We call unbreakable around here slightly Paul resistant.
Exactly. That's perfect.
Yummy.
That's really good stuff there.
Yeah.
Look
Oh,
at that. Wow. I wasn't expecting the whole thing. I thought we were just going to do he was just going to bring us axles, so. Okay. Well, I guess this will be good practice for setting up the 80 for Griz, so. Nice little surprise. Good deal. Made the trip, huh?
Made the trip.
Nice.
We're here. We brought you a gift.
Nice. Looks good.
Truck.
The whole thing. Okay.
It looks good other than some missing parts.
Yeah, we do have like a big old gaping hole right there.
No, it's SEMA ready. There's Bluetooth.
Oh, yeah, it is.
Stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally SEMA ready.
Yep. All
They're
the
backwards, so usually they're missing the front.
The front one, yeah.
Yeah.
This one's front wheel drive currently,
Oh, good.
but it does move.
Okay, perfect.
So
Got a whole stack of parts.
they're in the front. We left everything in there.
Okay.
I think everything's there you need.
All right. Well, we can round up what we don't.
Yeah. And then we'll just get hold of Adam's
Okay.
1450s, I think, for U-joint stuff.
Yeah, or 1410.
Or 14,
Yeah,
yeah.
1410.
Something bigger than what's currently in it.
Is it 1350?
Yeah.
Yeah, I probably ought to go 1410. And,
Yep.
Okay. I'll.
You can sort that out with them.
Yeah.
I'll call him and let him know that you're
Okay.
dealing with that.
You're dropping it off and you want it when it's ready to go use.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. When it's ready to make the
Check
drive
this
home.
thing out. It was a pile of work.
Yeah, that thing is monster.
It's giant.
Holy cow.
Complete rebuild of everything in the back.
Yeah, yeah. Did your tank okay?
It does.
Oh, good.
Luckily, we put the tank up higher
Oh, yeah.
when we build it.
Yep.
So
Wow. Wow, did you have to custom build those perches?
we did. We custom built every piece of the back. It's got new bearings in the hubs. Shouldn't have to mess with those.
Okay.
We put all new stuff in it when we put it on. So
Okay. We'll just have to pop the shafts out.
yep. I just put the shafts in it so I wouldn't lose the bolts.
Perfect.
Got most of the sand out of it from Sand Hollow.
Oh, you're doing better than me. Mine's
Jeez.
still chuck full, so.
I think the brakes are mostly bled up.
Okay.
Everything's good, so.
Okay.
It's 538s currently?
Yeah, and we're going 513s.
Okay.
It's like another half of tooth on the pinion.
Yeah.
So,
Well, and with the blower,
yeah, it's not gonna.
yeah.
It should drop me a couple hundred RPMs driving down the road.
Yep.
And hopefully keep it together longer.
Yep.
Well, and
An
you,
RPM at 60 is where
Yeah.
we'll put you, so.
Yep. Well, we'll unload this thing and go on the rest of our adventure today.
Oh, what's the rest of you?
We're going to get a car that Jace purchased for us.
Oh, really?
Okay. Yeah, he bought us a 65 Buick Wildcat off
Oh,
Copart.
okay, that's right.
It says it runs and drives, but there's no air cleaner on it.
Oh, wow.
A little suspicious.
We'll see, I guess.
We'll see what the day. We're taking the trailer just in case.
Right.
You hoping to drive it home?
That's the plan.
Okay.
That is the game plan.
Okay.
We'll unload her here. Oh, and the blower belt's chirping. Until it warms up, and then it's fine.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if it got sand in it or...
It probably got a little bit of everything on
Yeah.
it. So.
Hear that? Yeah. Once it warms up, it's fine. There it is.
Okay. We'll get that all patched back together.
Yeah. Whenever you get to it.
Okay.
I think we got all the oil leaks fixed, so it shouldn't stain anything anywhere too bad.
Oh,
Yeah.
everything we own leaks oil, so it's all good.
This one actually doesn't leak currently. We were impressed the other day when it set in the shop.
Oh, good.
No leaks.
Nice.
Makes me nervous that it's gonna blow up or something, but fix all the problems. It's like a 2-stroke. When it runs really good, you know it's over.
Yep.
So.
And who'd have thought we'd have found the limit of the 14 bolts so easily?
Yeah, we definitely found that.
Yeah, in spades. So.
I can't even believe it.
I can't either. Yeah. 2 of them in a weekend.
Mine's bent 1 inch. The housing's
Holy
bent
crap.
an inch.
Yeah.
That doesn't surprise me. It looked really bad.
It looked really bad when you landed on that.
It
one.
felt pretty bad.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, in his, it's the center section that's destroyed.
Yeah. We fixed this one. It won't bend this one there.
No, it won't bend.
It's got 2-inch square tube clear to the back of the hub.
Yeah. Plus, it's a 4-inch tube, so it's already.
Well,
bigger.
it necks down.
Oh, right at the backing plate.
But the inside is the same size as the axle clear to the 4-inch tube.
Oh, right.
They're insanely big.
Yeah, they're heavy.
Like I say, there's another one identical to that sitting at my house.
Okay. Yeah,
So-
if this 11.5 doesn't work out,
Yeah.
I'll be making a phone call for sure. So.
Yep.
Ken's gonna get the parts emptied out of the interior and get it lifted up. I got a quick errand to run, and we'll see how much of this we can get done today. Okay, so my hoist won't quite lift this up all the way with all the stuff on the cab. We may end up dropping this down and pulling some stuff off the roof so we can get it up in the air just a little bit higher. But you can see that Paul emptied this all out for us. We still need to knock these races out. And then you can also see how much sand blew inside of this on its trip here from his house. So we'll get that all cleaned out. And then I just want to note on just about all Dana axles, they actually pre-stamp them. So you can see that upside down Y and then a Y there. So there's your reference mark. And then on this side, it's a sideways or a lazy Y. So, and that's pretty much how Dana does all of their axles, regardless if it's a 30 or an 80. They'll have those little marks. So, just a little FYI. Kendall popped this apart for us.
Pulled that bearing off thinking there was shims there, but they gotta be behind the race.
Yep, they're behind the race. Okay, so that's standard, Dana. So we'll get that race popped out. A lot of axles, there's your pinion depth. The selectable shim goes right here between these two. But on this pinion, like a lot of Danas, there's the shim stack that goes right here. A lot of Danas don't use a crush sleeve. They use these shims, and then that selects how much preload is on the pinion bearings. So, and Kian's knocking this race out. Should have shit in there.
Yep, it looks like it does, and I'm trying not to destroy it. There's a stack of them.
Yep, so there's our pinion depth shim stack. So, okay, perfect.
Wow, that was the easiest. They got this perfect channel in there. Look at that.
Oh yeah,
there.
they do.
They got a perfect channel. That just knocks right out.
Good deal. That makes that way easier.
Easiest pinion race I've ever had.
Huh. Is that the return channel or something?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Sure
yeah,
is.
because there's feed, so that's the return.
Yeah. Cool.
Everything up here is exactly how we left it when I wired it all up here.
Oh, we did
Lights,
all those lights up there?
and the antenna, everything. It's exactly how I left it.
Did you expect anything different?
No, it's just kind of funny when you haven't seen something in a few years.
Yeah,
and
been
it's
2 years. Over
Yeah.
2 years now.
yeah, just over 2 years because it was just before the first off-road games.
meant Paul was supposed to do something up there.
No, it's
No, he
just
just needed to put his stuff up there. And
Yeah.
yeah. I shouldn't be surprised, but it's just kind of crazy to see that it's exactly how I set it all up here.
Yeah.
Perfect.
I guess I did a good job because he hasn't tore it off putting his stuff up here, so.
Yeah, that still works, so.
Yep.
Yeah, that's perfect. Okay. Well, let's see if we can get it up high enough we can work under it now. Perfect. Oh yeah. That's so much better. Oh yeah. Oh, it's gonna be. Okay. Yep. Perfect.
Okay, that's it.
Okay. Piece of cake. Okay, little tip on these ARBs. When you get it, always blow through that collar. Make sure, because we've had them where when they braze this line to here, that they'll get a little bit of stuff in the line and it's plugged. And if it's plugged, then you just run a little bit through here and open the airway up. But do it before you put it together. That way you don't have to pull it all back apart again. So.
Yep, well this one actually, I tried to blow through it with my mouth and couldn't.
Yeah.
But as soon as we blew through it with compressed air, it blew whatever was in there right out. So now
good. Okay.
it just blows perfect. So.
Okay, very good. Mmm,
Yummy.
that's really good stuff there.
Yeah.
Look
Oh
at
yeah. You got a mop?
Yeah. Holy cow, that's a lot of nastiness there. Okay, we've got this all cleaned up. Got the tubes cleaned out. There was so much junk in those tubes. So we got that all washed out, blown out. Got both the inner and outer pinion races and the shims back in right there. So that part's all done. But we ran into a bit of a snag. We went to put the ring gear on and we didn't have the bolts. This install kit here didn't come with the bolts for the ring gear. So we sent Kendall up to go get some ring gear bolts. So I figured while we were waiting, I would show you the difference between what was in this truck and what's going to go in it now. So this is a carrier from a 14 bolt, and that's the ring gear. And then this is a pinion from a 14 bolt, and this is a 373 ratio, which is real close to this 355, so we can get a pretty good apples to apples comparison on everything. So you can see how much bigger the stem is on that Dana 80 pinion, and then how far these bearings are from each other.
This is the Dana 80, just how it's
Yeah.
quite a bit, like you can almost spin
You
it
can
on.
spin it on that, yeah.
Yeah.
The splines are so much bigger, the nuts way bigger on the end, and so even though this has this pilot bearing on the end of the 14 bolt, which does make it pretty strong for its size, it doesn't really make up for this difference here. Because if you look,
I can hold that while you
hold that, so the span between this bearing and that bearing is almost the same as this. But this has got a way bigger stem size. The gear size is fairly comparable, but this is the part that Paul ruined on it, is the bearing that goes right here. It exploded, which caused his ring and pinion failure at the off-road games. So that's a pretty big difference. Over here with the carrier and the ring and pinion, you want to grab that ring gear and set it on top of the other one.
Yep.
You can see there's a pretty good size difference on the ring gear diameter between the 80 and the 10.5. So there's quite a bit of strength difference there. And then you can see the length of the teeth. There, you
I'll pick it back
pick
up.
it back up, so you can see how much longer the teeth are.
And you're probably 30% or more.
Yeah, probably good 20% longer tooth contacts. So that's a direct size comparison. But the one thing you can't take away from a 14 bolt is just the size of the carrier and the strength of it. This one's a gov lock, as you can see, so this doesn't really count because those are super easy to blow up. But a normal open carrier with a Detroit in it, those things are tough. Rarely see a carrier failure with a factory open carrier.
Yeah.
But you can see the bearing span between the two is really similar, though the 80 does have a fair amount more bearing contact area than the 14 bolt. But the one thing I think is kind of a negative on an 80 is how offset, and this is how Dana does everything, they offset the ring gear quite a bit to the one side, which does put more load on one bearing, whereas the 10.5 14 bolt, they have that fairly centered between the two bearings, which splits that load and does make it a little bit stronger. So, but overall the Dana 80 is considerably stronger in every other measurable way, probably 20 to 25% stronger. And
the housing itself.
and then the housing is a huge improvement. So you can see where this housing steps down right here. This is 3.5 inch, which is what a 14 bolt is, but this is 4 inch all the way through, and this is a 5/8 inch tube thickness on this. So that's going to be pretty tough to bend even without the truss. And a 14 bolt I don't think is that thick. I think they're 1/2 inch thick tubes.
That's
on a
what I
14.
recall too.
Yeah, and the smaller tube diameter. So, but long story short, he's not going to bend this, and he's going to be really hard pressed to break anything. So nothing's unbreakable.
I bet with how this is set up, he's just moving the weak link to something else in a bad
Yeah.
situation. Or
Yeah, probably the weak link now is probably the output shaft on the 205. At this weight level, I don't think he's going to break it. He could, but not very likely. Need something fairly big like Matt's Wrecker to be able to break those.
yeah, I
Okay,
don't know. He's got a heavy right foot.
he does, but yeah, you never
We'll
know.
see. We'll find out.
Yeah. Okay,
I thought Mom put a battery in this.
she did.
It still shows 36.
Oh well, that battery must be bad, or she grabbed one that wasn't charged, or she forgot that she was putting a battery in
I'm
it.
pretty sure that's the same percentage it showed.
Yeah, I think so, because she said it was at 40%, so. Little maintenance here.
Gotta reshine that sticker and show it off.
Okay.
That looks lots better.
All right. I guess we can, actually we can't measure that drive line until we get it down on the ground.
We're just waiting for Kendall to get back.
Yeah. Come on, Kendall, hurry up.
I don't think.
See this for a couple of days, but could you hurry?
Yeah.
I think we should be.
He probably had to make a cookie stop.
Oh, you know,
Yeah.
you're probably right. I think we should be harassing Paul for not bringing us ring gear bolts too.
Or cookies.
Oh. Yes.
A few moments later.
We only had to wait just a couple more minutes and he showed up. So
Say something.
yeah.
Yeah. Careful what you wish for. We weren't sure if it was going to be 5 minutes or 2 hours. Well, you know. Yeah. Did you bring cookies? Chad wants cookies.
Oh man, that's an epic fail.
Yeah.
Yes, the ESPN did not work.
Oh, bummer.
Yeah.
Well, I thought that was just a given. You pass by a cookie place and you stop for cookies.
Oh
but-
crap.
Yeah, no, it's all good.
I was focused. Tunnel
Yeah, you're
vision.
focused. Wow.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Yeah,
End of the week and focus.
that's right. So
Way better.
now we got to cut them all off.
Yep, this was all they had was 2 inch, and we need about 1 3/8 inches.
So we're gonna take a little piece of metal sleeve, and we're gonna cut it to the lengths we need, so we can just slide it down now, cut it off, and do the next one.
Yep.
We'll grind a taper on them.
It'll be good. Yep.
Yeah, so now I gotta find a sleeve that's 9/16.
Yeah.
We can cut it once. Yep.
See. I bet we got something over in the drawer over here.
Let's see.
Those are 9/16.
Something that's, we need something that's gonna be. Not long enough.
What about that guy?
Yeah, we can just cut that
Cut
a little
that
bit
down.
off.
Yep.
That'll give us a little guide.
Yep. Okay.
Sweet.
Do that.
Cool.
All right. So, taking radius the end on the belt sander, and then just run the die down it really quick just to catch that very end thread. So, okay, now they're ready to lock tight, and we can get this put together. Yeah, that's a heavy combination there.
That's a problem.
Seriously. Okay. Well, what you seeing there, Kian?
Hopefully the same thing you're seeing. That thread's in there, but doesn't fit there.
All right, so this is more 70 than 80 apparently.
So the Dana 70 and Dana 80 supposedly use the same carrier. I don't know if it's this aftermarket ring gear uses a bigger bolt, or if this carrier is designed for a 70 and they say, hey, if you get an 80, good luck, drill it out.
Yeah, well, regardless, that's where we're at. Wish I'd have known that before we put bearings on it.
I don't know what else to do besides laugh.
Yeah, exactly. What's that? Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, that'll work. See that? Yeah. Won't that work?
Yeah, Fab. I know, look at that. We could have saved you a trip.
I know. We can fill
Dang
that
it.
with JB Weld, put the bolts in there. Be good.
Clamp it in the vise
Yeah,
for
let it dry.
20 minutes and she's good to go.
Perfect.
Or the other thing we could do, might even work even better, is find a helicoil that adapts 9/16 to half.
Well, that would be too strong.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah.
That might actually work.
Well, I'm going to clean up these bolts.
Yep.
So do we drill that, or do we
Yeah, we
look
have
for
to.
a new carrier?
No, we have to
Same
drill.
carrier?
It's the same carrier. The RD172 fits both the 70 and an 80.
Oh, okay.
So they just don't say any. Actually, if we dug through the instructions, it probably says something about it.
What do you mean? Well, that means we have to read.
Do we even know where the instructions
They're on
are?
the back bench. I just looked through the pictures.
Did you? Oh, you looked through the pictures? Were there any good pictures?
Yeah, it told me how to put the bearings on with the collar right here, and the shims go outside.
Oh,
There's a couple pictures.
is there?
Yeah. That's normally all that's important in an ARB instruction manual.
Yeah.
Put all those letters close together.
Look, it's got a.
Oh yeah, it's
Case
got a spreader. Yeah.
That's what that tool does. I've seen one of those.
Yeah.
Okay, it says
Hey, right there at the top it says
important.
important. Very important.
I don't know if I can know what that means.
Dana 70-80 ring gears may either use half or 9/16 bolts. For 9/16 bolts, re-drill air locker flange to
14.5.
millimeter or 18/32. Perfect. We'll do that.
Perfect.
Easiest way to drill these holes out like that is if you have a step bit like this, because then it'll drill a round hole and it'll be centered. Trying to do this with a regular bit's a little tough. It doesn't turn out very well. Then I keep my other drills in the drawer when I'm drilling like this to save my wrist and the drill and everything else. This air drill has just the right amount of power for doing this, so it's quite controllable. So pretty quick.
Piece of cake.
Then after that, we got this little burr right there. So just take a chamfer like this and just oop. And we'll do the same thing on the other side. Make it look like we were never here. And one more step after this. Just take your long file, go around it, make sure there's no little pieces. I think we're good, so that ring gear should sit nice and flat now.
I can't do that side.
Good.
Yeah.
Okay, ready to bolt that on. Yeah, that one wasn't very tight.
No, it's not. Nothing on this has been
Kind of nice. I'll have to fight it so bad. Okay, that's it. We'll torque these when everything's all assembled. It's way easier to do this when it's in the housing. So, but now I think we're ready to set this in.
Being whose this is, don't we just get the bigger impact and
Yeah,
a little bit more? And
I'll have to call him if he does 3 or 4 ugga-duggas on these.
that's awesome.
Not too bad.
Not too bad once you get off for the first.
Yeah, once you get over to the heave ho.
Is that one the right? This one has an R on it.
It's a Y.
Oh,
So it's got an upside down Y right there.
there.
And that one should have a lazy Y.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we just need a little bit bigger shim on this side. So it's pushed all the way over. The backlash is fairly close, so.
Put this.
Yeah, that
on
might
that
be.
side?
Yeah, we'll pop this out, see what.
12?
Used to my snap-on one. It's about 8, I think.
Wow. Perfect. A little loose for this rig, maybe. But
Well, we can put a little bit of preload on
Oh yeah, yeah, no, that's
it.
true.
It might be 9-ish, so yeah, we could add a few thousandths, get some preload, and that'll cut her down to about 6. So that's assuming our pattern's in the ballpark. Okay, just sit.
Okay.
That way?
Yep.
Okay. Back the other way.
Okay.
Okay. What does that look like?
Oh man.
It's pretty close.
Not that bad.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, you can tell what brand this gear's or not, huh?
Yeah.
I think we need to pull just a tiny bit of shim out of it. I don't know, it's super close though.
Yeah, that's it.
So what I'm looking at here, this is too far in. This is our coast side, this is our drive side. So we need to slide this pattern out just a little bit and this one in just a little. So in order to do that, we need to add just a few thousandths of pinion depth. So these patterns move opposite directions of each other. So probably 3 to 5 thousandths of pinion shim will do that, or pinion depth shim, and that was the shim that was behind the race on the inner pinion bearing. So we'll get that handled, and that will also fix our preload on our pinion bearings as well. So we'll get that done, rerun our backlash and see what we need to do with that. Okay, now that we have some preload on our bearing from changing all the shims around, I can actually just spin the ring gear this time. There's enough resistance in the pinion that it should make a good pattern. Oh, look at that. I think we're right on the money now.
Nice.
You can see now that our pattern on the drive side's a little bit more centered. And on the coast side,
Oh, that's beautiful.
it brought it up. So that's pretty much spot on. We probably could have got away with 3 thousandths, but we put 5 in, but that's okay. Better than it was.
Yeah.
I think it's, yeah, that's better than the way most of the factory setups are. So now we just need to check our backlash, figure out where our backlash is, and then add just a little bit more preload on these carrier shims. So there's not much preload, there's a little bit, but not enough. But we'll need to know where our backlash is to know where we need to change the shims. So
That's 6.
that is.
Oh, 5 3/4.
I don't know, that might be a solid 6.
Yeah.
I might need my glasses. Dang, it sucks getting old.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's 6, almost 7.
Is it?
Yeah,
Oh yeah, look at that.
it's almost right on the money.
Ah, that's so perfect. Cool. I love it. Okay, we got really good preload. Now we just need to bend that line and get it stuck up through the fitting.
152 exactly.
Get your elbow recalibrated there.
Oh, nope.
Yeah. Perfect. So those are all torqued. You probably need to grab a screwdriver and pry that little plate back out so it doesn't rub. Yeah, you can see light through there again. Okay, so 90 on the cap bolts.
Okay. 90.3.
Nice.
Whoa, whoa.
Okay, beautiful.
That was the one of the easiest setups that I've been part of.
Yeah, that one set up really nice. So, yeah, if we had had the ring gear bolts, that'd have been done an hour ago.
Yeah.
When I do these, I like to take some gear oil and just run it in here to let that get some oil on that outer bearing. Spray a little bit in the axle tube so that gets a head start on getting oil out to these wheel bearings. So get it like that. I like putting a little cup there, save some mess. Go ahead and...
I need a seal over here.
Oh, we got the gasket?
Gasket.
Okay. Perfect.
Yep.
Like that. And like so.
Look at that.
Okay. We'll just set that there.
Yep.
Until that's done. Okay.
Loctite?
Loctite definitely on those. Oh yeah, those are definitely Dodge bolts.
Yeah.
The Dodges use the smaller 9/16 heads.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'll do the same thing on the other side. Meanwhile, while they're messing with that, I got this airline ran that's poked through the fitting up in there and is right there. So I'm going to get the other fittings on this side and then I can air test it and make sure it's all good. Kendall's over there with the blower, so now we're going to air test it, make sure there's no leaks. Make sure it actually logs too. There it goes. Yeah. Okay. Seems like the only air leaks up by you. So
Yep.
I think we're good. That's a pretty serious lock there.
Yeah, it is.
Well, I think everything's torqued and marked and air tested. Seals put in. Axles are in. New pinion nuts on. I think all we need to do is put the right fitting on here, hook that airline up, and this is done. Put the cover on, put some oil in it. Woo! Yay! Yeah, if we had a rear drive shaft, we would be doing burnouts. Yep. But we don't, so we'll when we get it down on the ground, we'll do some measurements and get our friends over at Adams to build us a driveline.
You sure we don't need any more silicone?
Well, you never know. We'll put it on there and see how much squeezes out and decide. It's all good, kid. I remember my first time too.
I can't see anything.
Okay.
I don't know where I'm at.
Okay, go pull it all the way forward.
Sideways.
Pull it all the way forward. There. Okay, alright, now go back. Probably should have pulled it in through the back door. Just Steer drivers ever so slightly. There you go. A little bit more so slightly. There you go. Okay. That should do. All right, we got Paul's truck back in. Got all the customer stuff wrapped up so we can play a little bit. Now we're gonna get it up in the air, do this front end. Yeah, hopefully this goes okay. The RCVs make things a little bit more interesting, but I think it'll still go just fine. So, okay, everybody's gonna get to work while I wrap up a little bit of paperwork for the customer stuff, and we'll check back in with them in a bit. Okay, I just walked out after getting some of my paperwork done, and these guys got it all put together. Look at that. It just like fell together. Pattern looks perfect. I love it.
We got good preload on all the bearings, tight backlash, all the things we've learned that help something live in this environment. So.
Yeah, lots of, we like a little bit more than normal on the preload on bearings, and make sure we have the pattern spot on, and then they tend to not break near as easy. Not that this has much of a chance of living a long life, but it gets worked pretty hard.
Well, and part of the reason we were able to do it while we're in the shop, or while you're in the office, was Kendall and Brexton coming to help. So
Absolutely, we're always happy to help.
Thanks, guys. Thanks for filling in for me while I get caught up with the rest of my life here. Oh, that's awesome.
So we're gonna drop it down and air test it now.
Good deal.
But we'll be good to just throw it all together and it can go for a drive.
Perfect.
Well, minus a rear drive.
Yeah, I got to get that ordered. I still haven't called Adams yet, so.
We got 2 tires to do burnouts.
Yeah, we can do front wheel burnouts.
Too bad it doesn't have skid brakes and you just hold them with your hand while you...
There's a giant wrecker out there that does the same thing.
We're gonna get the air compressor turned on, check for air leaks. You don't have a front locker.
Oh, yeah, you do. Oh, no, you don't. You go forward to backwards.
Yeah, you gotta find the right button.
Yeah, I have no idea where it is.
Well, by the time you're seeing this, Paul, won't be any help, but we need help.
There's a button right here that says air. And it's clicking something.
It's doing the back, it sounds like.
Yeah, and he's got an air compressor back there, but I don't know if there's a... Oh, you know what? Oh, I know what it is. Let's give it power.
Oh.
There we go.
That sounds better.
Yep, I remember. I wired that up, so I should have remembered that.
It sounds like a 10-horse industrial compressor going off back there.
Have you seen that thing?
What's cool?
Yeah, it's a serious unit.
Okay, front locker should be on.
Oh yeah, she good. Off. Oh yeah, try it one more time. Oh yeah, baby. On. Okay, you got no leaks.
Let's check the rear really quick.
Off. Yep. On. Oh yeah, keep locking up.
Going back on its wheel. Got the diff full. Rebuilt. Couple more parts and we'll be done.
Okay, finishing touches.
There's more evidence.
More evidence.
Yeah. Video evidence that I did work.
Oh yeah. Past 6 o'clock even. Wow. Whoa. You might just grow out of part-time, huh? If you're not careful.
He must have got a late start.
No, I was here on time today.
Yeah, ish, yeah. Okay, so we just need to round up a part for the hub on this one side and the drive line, and this is ready to go home, huh?
Oh, we didn't even show the part that we need?
I think it's right here somewhere.
Is this in it or is it out?
It's right here. Yep.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the little lock ring. She's done. She's locked for the last time.
Locks the
Yeah.
inner nut to the outer nut so the wheel bearings don't come loose.
Yep. So I got to get one of those rounded up, and then we'll pull that apart and put that together. It'll be easy enough. Don't even have to pull the tire off. So it's been a few days since we got the front end wrapped up. Adam sent us their new drive line. So if we can get this thing opened up. As always, it's well packaged. Holy cow, look at that.
Wow.
Get the Sawzall out.
There we go. Wow.
Yep.
Holy moly.
Yeah, look at that. It's like they've seen Paul drive or something. Yeah, that's 1480 right there. It's huge.
Wow. And
What we got there? That's
flange one.
probably a 205, and that should be our Dana 80.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Here, let's go compare this.
Here, let me grab a 1350U joint.
That was like that it used to have?
Yeah.
Yeah, go and grab one.
But that a lot of people consider pretty stout stuff. Let's see, there's one at Spicer 5-1350X. There you go.
1350 that used to be in this.
Yeah.
Wow, is right. But then even the 1410, this yoke.
Yeah, I think it's the same width,
Yeah, same width.
but way bigger caps.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you can look at it, see how much taller.
Yeah.
The bottom is set there. It's almost a full finger
Yep.
taller, but yeah, it is the same.
Wow.
That
is huge.
Stout. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Paul, if you break this,
Oh yeah.
you better send us the video.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, that's silly.
Yep.
Oh yeah, there's a 1350 on that.
Yeah, you can see
Yeah. Yeah, that's
the
crazy.
size difference. That's,
Yeah.
yeah, wow.
For the FabRats.
No, I'm gonna get putting it in.
Well, we got to get those yokes changed. So.
Oh, duh. Well, that's part of it.
Make sure those splines don't leak.
Yep, because if we don't, they tend to always come back leaking.
Yeah.
So a little bit of Teflon like that. Wipe off my excess right here.
Is that seal surface the same diameter?
Yep.
Okay, perfect. Speaking of big leaks, huh?
Yeah, yeah, for sure. It'll be just a little bit of Teflon right there, and
Yep. I'll smash it all on there and.
yep. The other thing we'll do, like if one comes in later and we can't get the yoke off, we'll even just pull the nut and the washer off and put a little silicone under the washer.
Yep. Get as tight as it'll get. That one doesn't have a crush sleeve, so. Yep.
Just like that, you just go till it stops.
Yep.
Okay, and now
Get that transfer case yoke changed.
Yep. This one's quite a bit smaller.
Yeah. It's like 1.25 inches, or maybe even 1.125 inches.
1.125 inches.
Yep.
Yeah, and the other one was 1 7/8.
Yep. Yeah, look at the spline size difference though.
Yeah. Massive. The weak link now is going to be that shaft there.
Oh,
if he
yeah.
gets lots of pressure and gets it bound up. And
Yep. Yeah, that's definitely the weak link. Twist that out. Output shaft off, slicker than snot.
yep. Needed to have a little more cushion on my hand.
Yep. You just don't have enough meat on your paws for doing those.
Nope, I don't.
Gotta have fat hands like that.
You know, I just I
Instead
don't
of
have
little
that.
beanpole hands.
This has its place, so I can reach into places
Ooh.
you can't.
Yep. So let me go grab you a cup, I guess.
I don't think it's gonna be. Oh, nope, it's gonna be a fair amount.
Yeah. Good thing it's got some floor dry in there, huh?
Uh huh.
Sure next to the bearing.
Okay.
There we go.
Let's see, you got that all ready? Here, have this in your hand. And so we don't lose much. Maybe?
Specialty notched washer.
Well,
Well, let me slide this guy back on for a second.
I think that's it. Just need a hammer.
Yep, and I didn't Teflon these splines.
Did it work?
Yeah, she's there. Yep. There we go.
Perfect.
So how pinch is that? That's got a good pinch.
Yeah.
Okay, not like I'd set it up.
Nice.
Perfect. Kendall's up there fixing his boo-boo from tearing down the
It
front
wasn't
fence.
his boo-boo. It was just wore out. So.
Yeah, well, it doesn't mean I'm not going to give him a hard time and say it was
true.
his fault.
Yeah, true.
He was the one that happened to take it apart.
Killed the last tang.
Last little tang. The last little tiniest bit.
There we go. Yeah, I mean, I lost
4 ounces.
4 ounces, but yeah, you can see this piece.
Yeah.
So it should be about there. So it was a little overfull.
Looks like Schaefer's.
Oh yeah, it does.
I bet it is. Is it
Yep.
gear oil or 50 weight?
It's gear.
Okay.
You smell it. It might actually be 50 weight.
Oh,
It doesn't quite smell like normal gear oil.
no, it doesn't. Huh. Yeah, I wonder if that is 50 weight.
What's different
Schaefer's.
about 50 weight?
Slider.
Lighter?
Yeah. It's transmission oil, basically. So.
Oh, without the red dye?
No, like manual, like a big truck.
Oh, okay.
Yep. All right, how's that all look? Oh yeah, that is kind of slick, huh? This is the updated Stage 8 locking hub. The original one, this ring was really thin, and you had to bend it every time you did it, and the little tabs finally broke. So this is the updated one. Got it all put together. Oh, what's that guy for?
This holds everything.
Oh, it does, doesn't it?
Yeah, this is a cool little hub unit.
Yeah, that is. I like that.
Once you get this in there, it should
Yeah, that's not going anywhere.
snap into its groove.
Yeah, it can't come out. And you don't have to bend the...
No, it's double.
Yeah, so you can see.
It's tanged on every single one of those. It's doubled.
Yeah, that's a
You
lot
can rotate
better.
it to where it fits
Yeah.
so much easier than
Yeah, than dealing with that.
Double danged.
Yeah.
The double danged washers.
Yeah, yeah. They suck.
Yes.
With a little tiny dowel, those ones are terrible.
Oh yeah, like the 44s have.
Yeah, they did the
Yeah.
same thing on the 60s.
So this had all, like this tang, originally it had them all around. See, that was the last one, and then it didn't want to come apart, so it broke. So we didn't have a choice but to get a whole new assembly.
Yeah, whole new assembly, but
Yep.
much improved assembly still. Nice. Okay, well, his wheel's not going to fall off.
No.
All right. Okay, well, let's get this Adams drive shaft installed.
Yep. Man, I wonder what the heck foam this is. It's like the UHMW plastic of
Yeah.
foam.
I know, it's brutal.
Yeah. But the driveline sure ain't going anywhere if it gets shipped across the country.
Yeah. Yeah, not even UPS or FedEx can mess that up.
I don't know.
Well,
It's pretty cool.
yeah. They definitely have skills. Just don't fling the cap off now. I don't have any 1480 joints on the shelf.
You mean you don't keep big
Nope.
truck parts sitting around?
Nope. 1410 is about as big as we go around here.
Yep. Well, that's what's on Griz. And they've
Yeah.
put it through the paces.
Yeah, but you're not Paul either.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Paul is a special breed. He's a dirty guy.
Paul has skills. That's
Yeah. Yep.
Paul has ultimate skills.
You will. Ultimate durability test.
okay. All the
We call unbreakable around here slightly Paul resistant.
Exactly. That's perfect.
We've never said it till now, but I think it's gonna stick.
Alright. Yep, that's a good one.
Okay. All right. She's ready for a test drive.
Yep.
Okay, we got that drive shaft in. Thanks again, Adams Driveshaft. But I couldn't drive it because the traffic was so horrible out there. So it looks like the traffic's finally mellowed out enough that maybe I can get out of my driveway now, go run this up the road, make sure everything sounds good, and maybe could put a couple miles on it, begin the break-in process on these gears for Paul. Well, the gears aren't noisier than the tires, so that's a good thing. The shift points on the transmission still seem to be fine. I was a little worried that we may have to change those with the going from 538 to 513, but honestly it seems fine, so well, just let her be. Also checking to see how close the speedometer is with the gear change, and so far so good. Speedometer, GPS says 32, 33, and the speedometer itself reads, yep, super close. So, okay, I'm gonna
gonna call this a win, and we'll get this truck back to Paul so he can put it back to work. Everything's ready to go home, so that'll take care of it for this time. Till next time, remember the words of Micro. Work is never the enemy, regardless of the wage. Between the work and the paycheck is a thing called opportunity. An opportunity is always worth your time. Thanks for watching.